Welcome to Elevated Understanding Chosen Ones. Who are you really? Everyone's noticing your overnight shift. It may surprise or even shock you to hear what I'm about to say, but if you're seeing this video right now, it's no accident. All those nights you spent questioning your place in this world, they were forging a hidden power inside you, a force waiting for the moment it could finally break free. And now, that moment has arrived. People sense it in your eyes, feel it in your presence, and it shakes them, some in awe, some in suspicion. But you are done hiding, done pretending your soul isn't roaring to be heard. This is your call to arms, your invitation to step into the fire of transformation and come out blazing with purpose. If you feel even the faintest resonance in your chest, like this video, subscribe and comment 77 feet, so we know you are ready for the magnificent change about to unfold. Chapter 1. A new light casts old shadows. You might have woken up this morning feeling somehow different, as though the air itself was filled with a kind of promise you've never sensed before. People look at you with puzzled expressions, drawn by an energy they can't articulate. This shift wasn't random. It was the culmination of every sleepless night, every unanswered question, and every surge of willpower you summoned when life felt impossible. The old you might have simply brushed this off, but the new you recognizes that something monumental is in motion. The signs are everywhere. Maybe you notice that the usual chatter around you suddenly dims when you enter a room. Friends or co-workers stare at you for a beat too long, trying to place what's so different about your vibe. It's not just your posture or your tone of voice, though those might have changed too. It's the intangible shift of your energy that radiates a quiet authority. You're not forcing it. You're simply existing in a new frequency, and everyone can feel it. This transformation might have come on like a lightning strike. Perhaps you had an epiphany in the thick of your daily grind, a sudden clarity that you're more than the roles you've been playing. Or maybe it was a slow burn, fueled by years of silent longing for a life that felt more aligned with who you really are. Either way, it has reached a tipping point. That intangible spark you've nurtured in secret has erupted into a flame bright enough for the world to see. Of course, such a radical shift casts new shadows. You might sense envy from people you once considered close, or sense that they question your motives now. They may whisper that you're not who you used to be, as though that's a crime. Deep down you know you can't apologize for this awakening. You didn't choose it out of whimsy. It chose you because you were ready for it. The discomfort they feel is merely the dissonance between your upgraded reality and their expectation of who you should be. Still, there's a sense of responsibility that turns at you. You understand that stepping into this new light isn't just about personal gain. It's also about how your transformation affects the collective around you. People will look to you for guidance, for an explanation they can cling to. But the truth is, your shift defies neat explanations. It is both ancient and revolutionary, a reconnection to the blueprint of your soul that was always there, hidden beneath the noise of everyday life. In these early hours of your metamorphosis, you stand at a precipice. The next step you take will either deepen your change or cause you to falter back into the old patterns. Yet if you heed the call vibrating in your bones, you'll find that each new challenge only fans the flame brighter. And as you blaze forward, you'll bring light to spaces that have long been dark, not just for you, but for everyone who dares to step near your radiance. Chapter 2. The pull of the strange new urgency. In the midst of this overnight shift, an odd urgency has likely taken hold of you. Tasks that seemed routine now feel trivial, and passions you once dismissed suddenly blaze with newfound significance. Your soul is reaching out for something more, something profound. And this longing gnaws at you in the quiet moments, when you first wake, when the world around you falls silent, and especially when you catch your own reflection, wondering who you've become. You may sense a clock ticking, though no one else hears it. A sense of now or never hums in your chest, urging you to move forward with a speed that defies conventional logic. Your mind might struggle to keep up, trying to plan and rationalize, but your intuition beats louder, insisting that timing matters more than ever. This is the push that separates the slumbering from the awakened, the complacent from the chosen. It demands that you trust in the momentum coursing through your veins, even if you can't see the entire path ahead. Simultaneously, you might notice that this urgency isn't purely self-serving. It's not about hoarding success or living out a personal fantasy. There is a sense of mission that threads through your days now. The smallest actions feel charged with meaning, whether it's helping a stranger, offering a word of comfort, or boldly speaking a truth that others hesitate to voice. The gravitational pull of your newfound perspective draws you into situations that require your light, your insight, your boldness. This shift can feel disorienting, but it also carries a thrill. You're stepping off the sidelines of your own story and onto the front lines, where every decision resonates in real time. You might be aware of eyes on you, some curious, some skeptical, others quietly rooting for your success. The question they silently ask is the one you're pondering too. Who are you really, that you can shift so profoundly in such a short span? Yet the part they don't see is how long you've been building this foundation internally, how many hidden battles you fought, and how many silent revelations have shaped you. Overnight shifts often appear sudden to outsiders, but to you they're the product of countless turning points, 1,000 small decisions to listen to your inner voice rather than the clamor of a world that wants you tamed. Now that you've stepped into this more vibrant version of yourself, you might feel protective, shielding your new growth from cynics or naysayers. Yet the revolution in you is so strong that it refuses to be contained. It breathes through your words, your actions, the very aura you carry. And so you find yourself compelled by an unstoppable force. Each day you awaken with the sense that the stakes have never been higher, and that's true because your life's mission is unfolding in ways you never predicted. While your peers may continue in their routines, you blaze your own trail, guided by a pulse that resonates with cosmic significance. Let others marvel or murmur. You have no time to waste, no interest in dithering. You're busy stepping fully into the you that has always been waiting to be seen, forging a reality that once existed only in your most daring dreams. Chapter 3. Breaking from the old shell. Before this transformation, you may have felt like you were sleepwalking through life, going through the motions, but never quite feeling that spark of true alignment. The patterns were familiar. You did what was expected, said what was polite, and quietly silenced the tug of your innermost convictions. But something changed. Perhaps it was heartbreak, or a moment of intense frustration, or even an unexpected moment of bliss that cracked open your old shell. And once it broke, the pieces fell away almost instantly, leaving you exposed to a new, exhilarating rawness. This rawness can be both terrifying and liberating. You walk differently now, your spine a touch straighter, your footsteps more purposeful. The old shell, the comfortable persona you wore, feels like an artifact of a distant era. Memories of the old you sometimes surface, but they no longer dictate your choices. Instead, you find yourself smiling at how far you've come, how that shell once sufficed, but now feels impossibly small for the magnitude of who you're becoming. Relationships, too, might shift as you break free from this old skin. People who benefited from your old passivity or self-doubt may reel at the sight of you moving with confidence. Some may cheer you on, thrilled to witness your blossoming. Others might try to guilt or shame you back into the shell, whispering that you've changed or that you're being unreasonable. But your heart knows that there's no turning back. You can't unlearn what you've learned, can't unsee what you've seen about your true nature. In this stage of the journey, it's crucial to remain watchful. As your aura expands, you'll draw in new experiences and new individuals who vibrate at the frequency you now occupy. This can be a time of intense synchronicity, where random occurrences lead to breathtaking opportunities and chance encounters spark lifelong alliances. Yet it can also be a time of letting go, where you must bid farewell to relationships or environments that stifle your new growth. Standing at this crossroads, you realize that every departure is a step closer to yourself, every new arrival a mirror reflecting your blossoming identity. The departure from your old shell may be emotional, especially when it means releasing comfort for possibility. Yet a deeper voice urges you onward, reminding you that you were never meant to remain in stagnation. This is not a rejection of your past, but an evolution that honors it. Every wound, every triumph, every quiet night spent in self-reflection led you here. The time has come to fully occupy the space your soul has carved out. Unafraid of who might judge or misunderstand, you feel the relief of no longer contorting yourself to fit expectations that choke your spirit. The world around you might shift in response. Some doors may slam shut, while others swing wide open. But your eyes are fixed on the horizon of possibility, where you sense a destiny more magnificent than you once allowed yourself to believe in. The shell is gone, shattered beyond repair, and you stand in the radiant newness of your truest self. Though the road ahead is uncharted, your courage has never felt so certain. Chapter 4. How your energy radiates now. In the wake of your transformation, a peculiar phenomenon unfolds. You radiate energy so palpable that others can't help but notice. It's in the way you speak, your voice infused with a quiet assurance that signals you've tapped into some deeper well of knowledge. It's in your laughter, unrestrained and full, as if your very cells have remembered what it means to be authentically alive. Even your silences carry weight, charged with a purpose that sets you apart from the half-heartedness you see in much of the world. People around you might describe this shift without quite grasping it. They say you feel different, or have an aura about you. Some might even accuse you of being distant, or think you've developed an attitude. It's not arrogance that defines you now, it's a sense that you're standing firmly in your own center, no longer seeking approval for your existence. That unwavering anchor in your spirit is what throws them off. They're not used to someone who doesn't shake or shift to fit the room. This radiance can be both magnetizing and intimidating. Some will gravitate toward you, lured by a desire to touch whatever secret you seem to hold. They'll ask for your advice, confide their fears, or simply hover near you in hopes of catching the spark. Others, threatened by the reminder of their own unspoken dreams, may recoil or lash out. Let them. Their reactions have nothing to do with you, and everything to do with the reflection your energy forces them to confront within themselves. What's crucial now is to harness this energy with intention. You have the power to ignite change, not just within yourself, but in those who are open to transformation. You might find that situations which once felt inescapably complicated now become solvable. Blockages dissolve under the heat of your new clarity, and you move forward with a swiftness that previously evaded you. This isn't luck, it's the universe responding to your heightened vibration. Still, it's important to ground yourself. With great radiance can come burnout if you don't honor the need for rest and reflection. The world is ripe for you to engage, but you must also keep time to nurture your own flame. Quiet moments of solitude, journaling, or walking in nature provide the chance to integrate the new energies coursing through you. Think of it like tending a garden. Sunlight and water are essential, but there's also the gentle care of pruning away weeds to allow your plants to flourish. You may sense that you're on the verge of yet another expansion, that this newfound aura is only the first step in a continuous journey of unfolding. Embrace that the pathway of a chosen one never truly ends. It spirals upward. Each level of growth reveals deeper layers of possibility. You're merely at a fresh plateau, gazing at the wide open sky of what's still yet to come. The radiance you carry now is a beacon, not just for others to find you, but for you to light the route to your own further evolution. Chapter 5. Confronting the Skeptics and Doubters. No monumental shift goes unchallenged. As soon as you begin to embody this new version of yourself, skeptics surface like shadows beneath a bright lamp. They question your motives, your sanity, or even your authenticity. They might be old friends who preferred you in your quieter form, or colleagues unsettled by your newfound assurance. Some might confront you openly, demanding explanations for why you've changed so much, while others will whisper behind your back, convinced that this transformation must be a facade. This is the proving ground for your evolution, how you handle the doubts and criticisms that swirl around you. You may feel an initial wave of frustration. Why can't they just understand? But then again, how can they comprehend the depths you've dived into, the nights you've wrestled with your own soul? Their skepticism often mirrors their own insecurities, a projection of the uncharted territory they dare not explore within themselves. In moments like these, remember that your awakening was never a referendum for public approval. You didn't embark on this journey to appease the crowd or to gather applause. The spark of your transformation came from a place deeper than popular opinion. So, stand tall in your truth, not as a defensive stance, but as a gentle, unwavering declaration that your path is your own. Offer explanations if you wish, but know you owe no one an apology for choosing to step into your power. It's likely that some of these critics genuinely care about you. They might be worried you're making rash decisions or isolating yourself. Still, the best way to show them the validity of your transformation is through consistency. Let your actions speak. Show compassion, even when they doubt you, but remain firm in your newfound convictions. Over time, your steady authenticity can soften even the hardest cynic. Though, remember that it's not your responsibility to convert them. You may encounter more malicious forms of doubt, people who seem invested in pulling you back, belittling every forward step you take. These individuals reveal themselves as catalysts, pushing you to refine your resolve. Through them, you learn the art of self-possession, the skill of navigating negativity without letting it seep into your core. Each sneer or snide remark becomes an invitation to reaffirm your path, to clarify and sharpen your sense of purpose. Ironically, facing such resistance often clarifies who you really are. Each attack or dismissal forces you to articulate, at least to yourself, why you've chosen this new direction. You find the words you never had before, discover a patience you didn't know you possessed. Doubt from others becomes fuel for your fire, burning away any lingering uncertainties you might still harbor. If there's a hidden blessing in skepticism, it's that it cements your commitment. With each hurdle, you shed the need for external validation and stand more fully in your own power. You become immune to cheap shots, unshaken by the swirling controversies. And in that immunity, you bloom into a living testament that true transformation isn't mere surface change. It's a deep-rooted revolution of the spirit. Chapter 6. The Unfolding of True Purpose. By this point, your overnight shift has become less about shock and more about inevitability. You realize that everything in your life, every misstep, every heartbreak, every fleeting moment of joy, has funneled you toward this crescendo of purpose. It's as if a grand tapestry, hidden behind a curtain, has been gradually revealed, and now you can finally see the outlines of the grand design. Each thread that once seemed random forms a coherent whole, weaving you into a story far larger than your own immediate concerns. Purpose is no longer just a fancy notion or a buzzword. It's a living pulse you feel at the core of your being. You sense it in every choice you make, every conversation you engage in. Rather than drifting through each day, you wake up with a mission in your eyes. And while you might not have a meticulously mapped-out plan, you do have a guiding star, the unwavering conviction that your life is meant to serve a higher calling than mere survival or success. This alignment with purpose can create a ripple effect in your surroundings. Colleagues might notice how you tackle projects with renewed vigor, infusing tasks with creativity and dedication. Family members could see you displaying more patience and empathy, as though you've tapped into a deeper wellspring of compassion. Even strangers pick up on your essence, a quiet confidence that signals you're a person who's not merely living, but truly alive. Yet with great purpose comes the challenge of discerning where to channel this surging energy. You might feel pulled in multiple directions: activism, mentorship, spiritual practice, or creative endeavors. The sheer abundance of possibilities can be exhilarating and daunting all at once. Trust that your destiny will funnel you toward the path that resonates most authentically. Sometimes it's about testing different arenas to see which one sets your soul ablaze. Other times, you know in an instant where you belong, like a puzzle piece clicking into place. Amid this surge, remember the importance of balance. Being driven doesn't mean you must be frantic. It's about pouring your heart into what matters without drowning in the tide of responsibilities. Self-care, genuine nurturing. Self-care remains a cornerstone of sustainable purpose. Make space to breathe, to reflect, to celebrate small victories. This not only replenishes you, but also reaffirms your gratitude for the journey that led you here. As your sense of purpose unfurls, an undercurrent of peace settles in your bones. Even if the world around you feels chaotic, you walk with an inner compass set to true north. The ephemeral goals that once occupied your time fade in comparison to the clarity of your deeper calling. You realize that while you might not control every external event, you can always choose how to align your actions with the truth that ignites your spirit. And so your purpose continues to unfold, layering depth into your life with each new day. Gone are the nights of restless wandering, replaced by a surety that your presence on this earth is far from accidental. You might stumble, of course, because growth is never a straight line, but each stumble is a lesson that refines your understanding of who you truly are and how you're meant to serve. In that sense, your overnight shift is just a threshold. The grand adventure lies in how you continue to expand and embody the vision etched into the fibers of your soul. Chapter 7. A Revolution Still Rising. You stand in the afterglow of a life-altering shift, wide-eyed at the world's potential. The older version of you dissolved, replaced by a luminous reality where even the impossible seems near. Yet your journey continues. This revolution within you intensifies with every breath. It isn't a fleeting thrill, but an ongoing ascent into deeper layers of your being. Perhaps you're already imagining next steps, new ventures, new alliances, or even uprooting from the familiar. That forward momentum might look daunting from the outside, but to you, it's a promise that each new day propels you toward your most authentic self, guided by forces larger than your fears. Others may marvel at your rapid transformation. Let them. In a world of superficial change, you're living proof that metamorphosis can be sudden yet genuine. Stay open as your life evolves. Curiosity and humility will unveil hidden facets of your consciousness and the universe at large. Expect more mysteries, more revelations. Your story can spark courage in those around you, illuminating paths they never dared consider. This is both privilege and responsibility, for the spark you bear can ignite others or fade if neglected. Nurture it. Use it to infuse your words, your actions, and your smallest gestures with empathy and love. The world needs your revolution now. It's as if destiny timed your awakening for this pivotal chapter in human history. Who are you? A chosen one who proves dormant power can bloom overnight, that the extraordinary thrives within the mundane. You carry seeds of transformation that can flourish anywhere. The path ahead is not simple, but your vow to honor truth is your anchor. When challenges tower, press on into the unknown. Trust that the same force that lifted you once will lift you 1,000 times more. Each new horizon demands fresh bravery, and it's there waiting in the depths of your renewed spirit. If excitement swells within, if you sense the real journey has barely started, embrace it with your entire being. The revolution inside you still rises, ceaseless and unstoppable. It cries out for boldness, creativity, and the unshakable belief that the world can and must transform alongside you. And know this: you've only begun to discover the boundless potential that lies within.